with Valley Sports. Kevin, first we see your wrist iced up there. What happened? Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's good. Thank you. Just happened last game, a little swelling in my wrist, but was able to play and totally fine. So
Regarding just the defense in this game, why do you think the focus wasn't there?
I don't know. It was a game that obviously meant a lot, had a lot of implications, and we just got out competed. I think that they were just out there playing free. We didn't put an emphasis on our physicality, and honestly, I don't know why. I don't have the answers. This is a game that we needed, and we still have work to do. Thankfully, we have 2 games left, but we need to make it definitely have a better effort than we showed tonight.
You have a couple of days in between games, obviously 2 games left in the regular season. What do you think you guys can accomplish over this time to just regroup for these last 2?
Yeah, I think thankfully we have 2 days in between games. We can get our legs underneath us. Hopefully get guys a little bit more rest, and then just regroup. We're gonna have to watch a lot of film, walk through a lot of stuff because I think between the next 2 teams that we play, those are going to be, granted, if they play all their players, that's going to be something that's going to be tough for us, and a good matchup, a good test for us. So we're going to have to lock in and make something happen. But yeah, tonight was a very, very tough one.
Kelsey Russo, The Athletic. Kevin, JB called this loss disappointing, especially just with everything you guys have built on this season. Where do you rank this loss and just kind of evaluate this loss as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, definitely disappointing is the right word for it. I feel like we had so many letdowns a lot of times where they were comfortable. A number of players, was it 8 players in double figures? So, definitely disappointing. They shot over 50% from the field, over 45% from 3, just in every hustle category. They were, first to the ball, beating us. So, it's definitely up there with our poor performances or letdowns of the season. The good news is we're not done yet. We just got to have a quick memory. Like I said, get our legs underneath us, get a few guys, back and a little bit more help with this 2-day break, and then, see what we can do from there.
Offensively, there was some really good things, obviously scoring 115 points. Did you feel like, though, that maybe there was a little bit more of an emphasis on the offensive end, to try to, because of how things were going defensively, to sort of combat that at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were able to get what we wanted on that end. I think both teams, obviously with 120 to 115, both teams were scoring at a high clip. So, we just didn't do the job defensively. Some of it was scheme, some of it was our coverages, effort. I mean, kind of all the way around. Just that extra effort, that extra rotation, that extra communicate, whatever it may be. We just didn't do it tonight. And, in that regard, I don't really have an answer to why, especially with a game that meant a lot.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Kev, you guys for the entire season have talked about toughness, scrap, defensive intensity, all those things. What is it going to take to find that again?
With a lot of that stuff, it's just a mindset, right? You see one guy do it, the next guy's going to follow. But again, I think we need to understand that we play better. We have that emphasis when we play like our back is against the wall. And tonight we didn't do that. We let, their record and who they have out kind of dictate, how we were going to play. I thought we started the game really well, but we've had moments like that where we've been up double digits and we've let teams back in. And again, I don't have an answer for why that is, but it has to start on the defensive end. It has to start with physicality. It has to start with, we always talk about, like you said, the scrap. And you know, that's been our identity. And when that's our identity, we tend to, give ourselves a chance to win more often than not. So, we got 2 games left. That feeling of our backs being against the wall is what it's going to come down to. And it's all going to be about how we respond. So, 2 games left in the regular season. We hope that win or lose, we fight like we did, really in the past game against Philly. It felt like we really fought that game. And tonight was a different story. So we need to find kind of what we did the other night. And like I said, win or lose, just make sure that we have that fight, because we really give ourselves a chance to win against any team in the league when we do that.
For the last couple of weeks, teams have really been shooting threes well against you guys. Is there something that you're seeing within your own defense that is allowing that to happen?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely coverages, communication, all of that goes into our defense, and bigs helping bigs, and that next man, 1 or 3 men, getting out to the corner. I think you saw that a couple times tonight on some plays, and that's what allowed for corner threes. On our shot profile, we don't want to give any corner threes, only above the break, and we try to make that an emphasis every single day. And I think teams have been shooting a great percentage because they've been getting more and more corner threes, and we've been giving those up. So I think, again, to your point, the next couple games and these next 2 days that we have, I mean, we have to make that emphasis, because we take that away, we make it a half court game, and we take away corner threes and make teams play in the paint against us. We're typically pretty damn good. And right now we're not doing that time and time again. So we got to have that when it's time to, be in a position we need to win 1 game to, be in the playoffs. But again, we have a little bit more work to do, a little bit more that we can work on. And, hopefully we solve that problem, because we're definitely going to need to.
What happened to your hand or wrist or forearm?
I think last game on a charge, I must have fallen on it. Just the adrenaline, one of those things, you wake up the next day and it's swollen. But I think 2 days will be, we'll get it all the way down and be completely fine. But
is it your hand or wrist?
Wrist.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Ashley Bastock, Cleveland.com. Kevin, obviously you guys don't have Evan or Jarrett, which are 2 huge defensive pieces. I guess, like, not knowing when they're coming back, not having them out there, how difficult does it make to kind of assess like the state of your defense at this stage of the season with only 2 games left?
Yeah, I mean, those are 2 guys that are, moving forward, going to be, compete for all defensive team in the NBA, and you could be in that first team, maybe even, compete for defensive POY. So, we definitely miss them and what they bring to the table. We hope that they're very close to being back. I don't know the answer to that, but they mean so much to, who we are as a team, our identity, our defense presence, and, within our half court. I mean, when we play, we're asking Lowry to do a lot right now, DG to do even more, everybody to do a little bit more with those guys out. So, we have to expect that, they're not going to be there. But obviously we hope that they are able to recover and be out there, because again, we're just a better team when we have more players, but definitely, guys that are, future perennial type all-star guys.
And then just without those 2 guys, I mean, you mentioned the hustle plays earlier, like how much more important do those become when you're missing key pieces like that?
Oh, so much, and especially with some of those second chance points and offensive rebounds that they were able to get, points within our paint. That all of that it just changes the game so much when they're in there, and it just elevates our team to a whole new level.